Welcome to our 16th president, and it hosts a battle once again between two major schools that call this state home, and at the end of the road, a top hat to carry on a presidential legacy. Glad to have you with us in Evanston, Illinois, Ryan Field, home of the Northwestern Wildcats. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Illinois Fighting Illini, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Northwestern Wildcats offense will have first crack at this one. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games. The team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and block out all the noise.
Off play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll get rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. The Fighting Illini take possession, and their offense will go to work for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But when we can't, no, Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you thought. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. From the shotgun, the inside give. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
From the gun, running back on the move. Looking for room at the 30. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able...
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you could tell maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe just not starting the way they wanted to. Didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together. A good response from punting last drive.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Northwestern can score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the 1st down. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. Hard running there.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Here's a heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Caught behind the line. It's Lynn. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Guys, we've come to the end of the period, and Northwestern has the lead here. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Let's take a step back for a moment and think about Northwestern. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
Wants to keep it in the air. Looking down the middle. He's got the tight end. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Northwestern making quick work on this drive. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lynn. Finds a crease at the 20. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. With the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had it. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. This offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's caught. It's Wilkins. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. Illinois coming back to the line with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's the handoff. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. There he goes. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Illinois move the chains on the ground. Let's see if they run behind that big offensive line again. They'll give it to him again. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Wilkins.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
And off to Jones. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Tries to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The play action fake. Now sliding to his left. Fires on the move. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Throwing on the run. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season.
And we've called his name a lot, and that's interception number 6. That's 6. He just continues to find ways to find the football and make plays for this defense.
Oh, they're after him. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wilkins. Got room at the 35. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Illinois lining up quickly. Looking to throw on 1st down. Took a shot as he threw.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 1st down from the 43. They'll give it to the back. Slithers into space. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Makes the grab. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Caught in the backfield. It's Gordon. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
I think moving forward on 3rd down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed, and you saw it right there.
Illinois looking to convert the 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Quarterback making checks. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Second down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals.
And the Wildcats will kick it away to crank up the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at half.
Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down.
What a break. I tell you what, the returner caught a huge break. That football getting on the deck with all that speed on the field, where he was able to go recover.
Got it in the middle. It's Covey. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Grab behind the line. It's Upshaw. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Fighting Illini facing a third and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Finds some room. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown Illini. With when that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Anderson with the carry. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Hit as he throws. Intercepted, number 19. Bulldozes his way through. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Illinois! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. He's now up to 71 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. They get him on the ground, but they'll move the chains. 1st down, Northwestern. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Northwestern coming to the line with another 1st down. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Pass interference. Offense.
So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. Reed fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Trying to beat him to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blown the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. He gets it away from his own end zone. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Off play action on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught. But how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll run it out of the shotgun. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Trying play action. Buys a little extra time. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That hole closed quickly. He'll get one out to the 6.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
It's a safety, and they take the lead. You don't see that very often. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got...
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
And the Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's coming. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The give as they work on that clock. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks into first down. Quick timeout called by the defense stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. In the red area, it's Anderson. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The give from the gun. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Yeah, and I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense...
And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. And his throw is incomplete.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Hauls it in. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll off one deep down the left side. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
Back to pass on second down. That's caught. It's Duarte. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to.
There he goes. He gives him a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock, and it will be your friend. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yep, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on, a lot of times, when your team's better, to do the same thing, to return the favor. And make him forget that.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback still running with 10 to go. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
No gain on the play. That'll bring up third down.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete, and this ball game comes to a close. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident, David. They were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get